Pressure breaks the weak, but it builds the strong. You don't find greatness in comfort. You don't find greatness on cruise control. Greatness is carved out of pain, struggle, and pressure. Diamonds aren't born shining. They're made deep beneath the earth, under crushing force and unbearable heat. That's what pressure does. It transforms. It either crushes you or it forges you into something rare, something brilliant, something unbreakable. Everybody wants the diamond. Nobody wants the pressure. You say you want to shine, then get ready to suffer. Not suffer just for the sake of pain, but suffer to grow. Pressure is the test life gives to see if you're serious. Anyone can want success, that's easy. Wanting isn't rare, enduring is. Grinding when it's ugly, showing up when it's cold, staying in it when you feel like quitting. That's what separates the ordinary from the exceptional. That's where the diamond gets cut. Some people run from pressure. They feel it coming and fold. Others recognize it. They see it for what it is, a signal, a challenge, a door, and they walk through it. If you wait for it to feel easy, you'll wait forever. Pressure doesn't feel good. It's not meant to. It's meant to change you. It's not punishment. It's preparation. You want a stronger mind? Welcome the pressure. You want a better life? Take on more responsibility. You want to be the one people count on? Then you better learn to carry weight. You don't become unshakable without being shaken. You don't become unstoppable without being stopped and breaking through it. You don't get clarity until you've been confused, lost, and hopeless. That's what pressure does. It strips away the comfort, the distractions, the lies, and then it asks, what's left? If you don't believe in yourself, pressure will expose that. If you don't have discipline, pressure will show that. If you're not focused, pressure will find that crack and rip it wide open. And that's why most people don't like pressure, because it doesn't care about your feelings. It's here to test what you're made of. But here's the twist. Pressure also reveals your power. You won't know how strong you are until you're forced to lift more than you ever have. You won't know how committed you are until everything goes wrong and you stay in the game. Pressure is how the world finds out what's real. It doesn't care about your Instagram bio. It cares about whether you can still take action when you're exhausted, broke, scared, and unsure. Can you still go? Can you still grow? Most people quit under pressure because they never trained for it. They never practiced doing hard things. They avoided it. They hid. Pressure is that extra rep, that early morning, that tough conversation, that heavy weight on your shoulders, and you keep walking, you keep climbing, you keep lifting, not because it feels good, but because you know what's on the other side. You don't fear pressure. You learn to thrive in it. You want to change your life? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Make stress your ally. Make doubt your motivator. Learn to love the tension, the burn, the grind. Why? Because pressure is not punishment. It's proof you're in the fight. And anything worth having won't come easy. You want confidence? Earn it through reps, through failing and trying again. Through pressure. You want respect? Pressure's gonna ask you to keep showing up when nobody's watching. You want freedom? Pressure's going to demand sacrifice. Time, sleep, comfort, ego. You want peace? You'll find it on the other side of endurance. You want purpose? Then pressure is the path. Pressure doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're doing something real. And if you've ever wondered why, it feels like everything is closing in. why it feels so hard, why you feel overwhelmed. Let me tell you, you're not breaking down. You're being shaped. You're being refined, like a diamond. So keep going. Stop looking for easy. Easy won't change you. It won't stretch you. It won't build you into who you were meant to be. Pain builds power. Friction builds fire. Pressure builds greatness. And the truth is, diamonds aren't rare. People who don't quit under pressure, they are. So don't fold. Don't run. Don't make excuses. You're under pressure? Good. That means you're in the right place. That means you're growing. That means the breakthrough is coming. Pressure only feels like a curse when you don't understand what it's doing. But once you know, once you see, you stop resisting it. You start leaning in. You start pushing back. And one day you look in the mirror and realize, I've become the diamond. There will be days when you want to scream. Days when everything inside you says, this is too much. That's part of it. That's how you know it's real. The pressure isn't there to make you quit. It's there to ask, how bad do you want it? Most people give a soft answer. They hesitate. They hope someone else will carry the weight. But champions, they answer loud, with action, with effort, with the kind of persistence that makes pressure back off in respect. The truth is, nothing will push you harder than pressure, but nothing will sharpen you more either. It cuts through the fluff. It burns off the excuses. It makes the mission clear. Adapt or break. It's not just about surviving, it's about becoming someone new, stronger, wiser, sharper. Every hard thing you face is an invitation to level up. You don't get stronger by avoiding resistance. You grow by meeting it head on, by refusing to bend, by standing when everything tells you to kneel. Pressure is a sculptor, and you are the stone. If you run from the chisel, you stay shapeless. But if you stand there, if you take the hits, you emerge with definition, with edges, with clarity. You become art. You become power. You become something worth remembering. There's no shortcut to that. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. It's earned. In the hours when no one claps, when no one's watching, when it's just you, your doubt, and that voice that says, keep going. Every person you admire, they've been through pressure. That actor who made it, that entrepreneur who built the empire, that athlete who's always one step ahead, they weren't born that way. They were made that way. In the quiet, brutal hours of pressure, they embraced the suck. They fell. They kept going. That's the real flex. Not the car, not the house, not the followers. The real flex is refusing to give up when giving up feels easier. The real flex is bleeding for something no one else sees yet. The real flex is turning pain into power. Pressure is personal. It's unique to you. What crushes one person wakes another up. So when it comes, and it will, don't ask why me. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? And if you listen closely, pressure speaks in transformation. It'll tell you, you're stronger than you think. It'll whisper, this is the edge, step past it. It'll remind you that the version of yourself you're chasing isn't found in comfort. It's built here, in the storm. And here's the secret. Every time you survive pressure, you change. You evolve. What used to crush you now fuels you. What used to scare you now fires you up. Pressure is a ladder, and the higher you climb, the more it tests you. But the better the view gets. You've got to decide who you are. Are you the person who breaks, or the one who builds? Do you make excuses, or do you make progress? When it's all on the line, do you run or do you rise? No one can answer that for you. Only you know what lives inside. But if you're still reading this, I'll bet on you. Because something in you wants more. Something in you knows you're not meant for average. Something in you is ready to stop folding and start fighting. Pressure's not going away, but neither are you. So don't just endure the pressure, use it. Let it teach you. Let it shape you. Let it wake up that part of you that's been sleeping. The warrior, the builder, the leader, the difference maker. That's who you really are. Not the tired version, not the scared version, the unbreakable version. So the next time you feel that weight on your chest, the next time your heart pounds and your hands shake, the next time you think, I can't do this, remind yourself, diamonds are made under pressure. You're being built. You're being prepared. You're not under attack. You're under construction. Let pressure turn your pain into focus. Let it turn your fear into fuel. Let it turn your grind into greatness. Pressure doesn't ask for permission. It shows up uninvited. It barges in when you're tired, when you're unprepared, when you're already juggling too much. It doesn't wait for the perfect timing, because perfect doesn't exist. But that's the point. Life's greatest changes never come at the perfect time. They come when you're being squeezed, stretched, tested. And what you do in that moment, that defines you. Some people talk about becoming the best. Others become it. The difference? Pressure. One folds, one fights. You want more out of life? Then expect more weight. Expect more responsibility. Expect the pressure to mount. Because pressure comes with elevation. The higher you go, the more it pushes against you. The difference is, you now push back harder. Pressure sharpens instincts. It exposes truth. You can't fake your way through pressure. You either have the guts or you go ghost. And when you choose to stay, to grind through the fog, through the fear, through the fatigue, you unlock a version of yourself that most people will never meet. A version of yourself that doesn't need applause, that doesn't need approval, that doesn't wait to feel ready. You act because you are ready. Ready to endure, to lead, to overcome. The world respects results, not intentions. Pressure turns intentions into results. Ideas are cheap. Execution is expensive. That's why pressure costs something. You've got to be willing to pay in full. Not with money, but with effort, sacrifice, and time. Pressure is the tax on growth. If you want more, you have to give more. And let's be real, not all pressure is bad. There's pressure that destroys, but there's pressure that directs. When your back's against the wall, when your name's on the line, when you've got no plan B, that pressure sharpens your vision. Look at your own life. The breakthroughs didn't come when everything was easy. They came when you were pressed, when you were cornered, when you were tired of your own excuses. That's pressure at work. That's where the growth lives. Not in the fantasy, in the fire. You've got to stop looking at discomfort as a problem. It's a signal, a message that you're being asked to step up, to evolve, to elevate. Stop waiting for the pressure to pass. Start rising while it's here. Because what you build under pressure, no one can take from you. That grit, that toughness, That's earned. You've got two choices. Let pressure crush you or let it carve you. One path ends with regret, the other ends with pride. If you want to build something that lasts, a life, a business, a legacy, you're going to need some scars. You're going to need to bleed a little. But every cut makes you tougher. Every failure makes you wiser. Every moment of pressure builds the muscle that will carry your future. Pressure makes diamonds, but only if you stay in the heat. People will ask how you got there. You'll tell them, I didn't escape the pressure. I became it. The moment you stop running from pressure and start running toward it, everything changes, because pressure is the filter. It separates the dreamers from the doers. It takes the talkers out of the game and hands the win to the ones who stayed when it hurt, when it was dark, when no one believed. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The pressure never really stops. It just evolves. At first it's pressure to start, then it's pressure to keep going, then it's pressure to grow, to lead, to last. And you don't get tap out, not if you want something extraordinary. That's the price, and the payment is daily. See, people think pressure is this one-time thing, like a final exam, but it's not. It's a lifestyle. It's a daily demand to be better than you were yesterday. You'll feel it when you wake up late, when your goals stare you down and say, still here. When you hit a wall and realize no one's coming to save you, that's pressure whispering, what now? You've got to be dangerous under pressure, focused under pressure, calm under pressure. Not just because the world will test you, but because you'll test yourself. And that's the highest level of pressure there is. When you've got the courage to expect more from yourself than anyone else ever could, that's where greatness lives. In the pressure you place on your own back, the deadlines you don't share, the standards no one knows you've set, the commitment you've made in silence. That's the pressure that builds the strongest diamonds, the ones that don't break, the ones that cut through stone. Every day you get to make a choice. Do I let the pressure mold me or break me? Do I rise or retreat? Do I give in to fear or lean into fire? And let's be real. The world isn't waiting for you to become the best version of yourself. You've got to claim it. You've got to outwork everyone's expectations, especially your own. You want to shine and carry more than you think you can. Say yes before you feel ready. Take on what others avoid, not because you're reckless, because you're relentless, because you're done living soft, done waiting for the perfect time, done asking for permission. This is the time. Right now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Now is the moment to grab the weight and lift it. Not because it's easy, because it's worth it. Somewhere out there, somebody with half your potential is taking more risks than you, doing more with less, refusing to quit while you're still on the fence. And the only thing they've got that you don't, they said yes to pressure. They said let's go, while you said maybe later. Pressure isn't pain. Pressure is privilege. It means there's something inside you worth developing. Something the world needs that only you can bring. And it's time to stop hiding it. Let pressure remind you who you are. Let it unlock parts of you you've never tapped into. The discipline, the resilience, the obsession, the fire. You don't rise to the level of your goals. you fall to the level of your habits. And pressure builds habits that last. Habits that perform under fire. Habits that don't fold when life punches you in the mouth. You're one decision away. One rep. One risk. One uncomfortable step. The pressure is a test, and passing it is simple. You keep going. You keep swinging. You keep showing up until the world has no choice but to recognize the diamond they once overlooked. This isn't about motivation. This is about identity. About who you choose to become under pressure. Anyone can be good when it's easy. But can you be great when it's hard? That's the question. And the answer is in your actions. No pressure, no diamonds. So lean into the pressure. Embrace it. Breathe through it. Rise above it.